There was once a king who had three daughters, the eldest Lada, the middle Zlata, and the youngest Marushka. The king was wise and just, but he had one weakness. He loved gold and precious treasures immensely. One day, the king realized that he was getting old and decided to leave the kingdom to one of his daughters. But he didn't know which one to choose. He wanted to find out which one he liked best, so he called them together and asked, "My beloved daughters, which of you loves me best? And how much do you love me?" Lada smiled and said, "Father, I love you like gold and precious stones because you are precious and valuable to me." Zlata immediately replied, "I love you like pearls and diamonds because you are beautiful and precious like them." Marushka thought for a moment and then said, "Papa, I love you like salt." The king was puzzled. "Like salt? Is salt worth anything? Gold and precious stones are beautiful, but salt is just ordinary powder. How dare you say you love me only as salt?" The angry king refused to listen to Marushka any longer and banished her from the kingdom. Marushka went out into the world alone and sad. She walked through the mountains and forests until she came to the cottage where the wise old grandmother lived. She received her with love, and Marushka helped her in the house. Grandmother loved her as her own granddaughter. One day, Marushka learned that something strange was happening in her father's kingdom. All the salt had mysteriously disappeared. The people had nothing to season their food. The bread was tasteless, the soups were bland, and the royal feasts were no longer so glorious. The king was unhappy, but still did not realize what a mistake he had made. Marushka decided to return home and help. With her grandmother's help, she got a magic bag that contained the best salt in the world. Marushka returned to the kingdom in disguise and offered to prepare a feast unlike anything the king had ever eaten. The king agreed because he was desperate. All the food the cooks prepared was without salt, and the king did not enjoy it at all. But then Marushka took out the salt from the magic bag and sprinkled it on the food. Suddenly, the smell wafted throughout the castle, and the king tasted it with delight. "This is the best food I have ever eaten. What kind of magic is this?" he exclaimed. "It's not magic, Papa, it's salt. Now do you know how rare it is?" The king realized his mistake. "My dear Marushka, I was blind and proud. Salt is more valuable than gold because you can't live without it." The king called everyone to the kingdom to celebrate the return of Marushka. He had the land bring in lots of salt and declared, "From this day forward, it will be true in our kingdom that salt is more precious than gold." Marushka forgave her father and became the new queen. The people loved her because she was kind and wise, and from then on, salt was never forgotten in the kingdom. And so everyone lived happily ever after, and the bell rang, and the fairy tale was over.